So, let's just talk about the GCs and the contractors for a second.
Yeah, love to.
It's hard to find good ones.
Yep.
Dare I say it's hard to find any.
Yep.
How desperate are we for general contractors and subcontractors in the Denver metro area?
It's not even something I can put any sort of numbers on. I literally just this morning, I went to O'Reilly. I had to swap out a battery for one of my wife's work trucks. Like, battery was dead. She's out on appointments. Like, her employees are coming here. And so I was like, shit, what do we like? Throw me in the mix. Like, that's like, and for those of you out there who are wanting to flip, here's another quick piece of advice. It is running your own business. Okay. And me and the wife running our own business, there is no set list of tasks. She needs something done, I go do it if she can't do it. Vice versa. I need something done and she's on the right side of town, she goes and does it. Like, you have to have that partnership, your teammates together, or it'll just never work. Everybody has to be bought in on the process. But on the GC side, God, at O'Reilly this morning, there was only one guy working there. And I was like, man, you're all by yourself this morning? Like, it's 8:30 on a Friday. Like, you're going to get busy. And he's like, yeah, we can't get anybody hired. He's like, we have ads out there, 20 to 25 bucks an hour. We can't find anybody, period. My wife, same exact boat, ads out there for 25 bucks an hour to start. No experience needed. Basic landscaping. And this is boutique landscaping. This isn't even like the grinding, like retaining walls and digging dishes landscaping. We're talking like Cherry Hills garden bed maintenance stuff,
Oh, wow.
right? This is the cush landscaping.
Yep.
Nothing. Everybody who applies has drug issues or DUIs and can't drive a truck at 25 bucks an hour. They show up for one day and they're done. Contracting wise, I mean, it's so tough right now. If you're good and you have okay pricing, you're easily making six figures to start off, even as a handyman right now. Literally changing light bulbs with an ad on Craigslist for little old ladies. You'll make six figures a year right now. And people call me out on my bullshit all over the country through all my social media posts on stuff like that. Come to Denver. You can be a painter for 50 bucks an hour all day, every day. Just answer your phone and show up. And they're calling me out. And I'm like, no, come here right now. I promise you, I will get you work.
Yep.
Right. And they don't follow up with it because they're probably people that don't want to work. There's such a high demand for skilled, unskilled contracting work in Denver. It's unbelievable. I've actually talked about this a few times in the last couple months. If I could figure out how to fill that workforce, I would start a service-based business right now.
Yeah.
And anything, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, it doesn't matter. Pick your poison. Painting. I don't pick the simplest thing you can think of that needs the least amount of tools and the least amount of effort, and go do it. I mean, our electricians, 150 bucks an hour right now is cheap.
Yeah.
Right. Plumbers, similar story. HVAC, similar story. Painters, we're getting quotes at 100 bucks an hour and we're paying it.
I tell you, so as a lender for the last decade, I've looked at thousands of pay stubs, W-2s. I've analyzed thousands of people's income. I've never met a poor plumber, not one, or a poor electrician, or a poor painter, or a poor handyman, right? I've met plenty of people who have their startup that are, making, $12,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
And so I've seen plenty of that, but no, I've seen zero, and I mean zero people in the trades that were poor, right? Every
100%.
one of them had good gigs. Every one of them had packages, right? Like bonuses and 401ks. And I've been saying this for a while. I think the time has come where these contractors, if they can just maintain being a contractor, they are going to get paid, especially if they start their own business, even if it's a very, very small business, a plumbing business with 3 plumbers, 5 plumbers. They're getting paid like doctors, right?
Yeah.
They're getting paid more than lawyers. I'll tell you that. Electricians and plumbers make more than the average attorney. And, that's in my limited exposure. But I bet if we looked it up, I bet if we Googled it right now, my guess, attorneys probably make 60 to 80 on average.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of attorneys that make 500 grand a year, but the bulk of them make 5 figures. And I would guess the average, let's just say electrician and plumber, they're comparable. 125, I would
Yeah.
guess, would be their average a year.
And that's probably
So,
with about 4 billable hours a day,
right,
5 days a week,
well, I've
right?
said this, I've said this to plenty of people. When you need a plumber, you need the plumber,
Yeah.
right? You will pay whatever that if you've got sewage, spewing out of your basement toilet, and
Mhm.
you will call and pay whatever the cost, right? The sewer line guys,
Yeah.
when your sewer line screwed up, you'll pay whatever it costs.